Hey guys, very good afternoon, my dear, lovely, awesome CA aspirant. Yes, business law classes start agide. Join agi. Yes, complete nano. All the questions that you can expect for your final exams ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬಹುದಾದ questions discuss ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Very systematic ಆಗಿ, very easy ಆಗಿ because questions ದು answers ಅಂತೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. Right? Everyone knows how to write the questions. Sorry, opposite. Like everyone knows how to write the exactly answer, but finding problem is that how to explain that, how should get a complete end-to-end question. That is a big question mark. That is why the main point we want to discuss is that we'll start with the Indian Contract Act. Next we have Sale of the Goods Act, Partnership Act, and Company. Till your exams we will cover the whole thing, no worry. But for complete notes and all, you need to download our application, or you just go to the Telegram channel and you can get a success. Definitely I will share all those bacho. Now the first question that has been repeatedly asked is here. Let's discuss now. So those who are new to the channel, please like madri video na, share madri, and subscribe madri. In the same time bacho, let's discuss now. This question they have raised in the year 2018. Correct. Bacho, just have a look some of the important point we need to discuss here. All right. Is my volume is low, bacho? One second, I'll check now. Hello. Looks like all is good. Now, looks like all good now. Chalo. Now, let's start now. Look, Ramaswamy proposed to sell his house. He's proposed to sell his house. Looks like all good now. Right? That he has given the offer to Ramnath. Okay. Ramnath sent his acceptances for his offer. He has sent his acceptances by post. Okay, no problem. Right. So now, next day Ramnath send a telegram withdrawal of his acceptances. See, what happens is that once he got the proposal, once he got the offer, that offer has been accepted by first case Ramnath. He has sent through the post, and he thought something is wrong. He immediately sent a telegram withdrawing his acceptances. So he is immediately what has done? Withdraw madadama. Navallepa anta. He said no, I don't want. So examine the validity of the acceptance, yeah, to the Indian Contract Act 1872 in the light of the following. So you know that, right? The most important point here is that whether acceptance by post or telegram, which reached first, that is what the contract is, can be said it's accepted or not. Very important. So now what they want is that they just want to know the validity of the acceptance, whether the acceptance is valid or not, whether the contract should proceed or not. Depends on what, bacho? Here they said two situations. Telegram of revocation of acceptances was received by Ramaswamy before the letter of acceptances. Yeah, acceptance letter ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ, acceptance letter ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, telegram channel telegramದು post ಬೇಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That is obviously the telegram revocation, cancellation of letter acceptance both reached together. Guys, first you remember one thing. Here they said acceptance is they have given here first case, but in the same time they have sent a telegram also immediate next day. So now situation is that there is section 4 of the Indian Contract Act. Correct? Remember my dear student. There is section 4 of the Indian Contract Act. What it says? Communication of acceptance. Remember, communication of acceptance is complete Remember, communication of acceptance complete as against the acceptor when it comes to the knowledge of the person who has offered, the person who has proposed. Remember one thing, if you offered something, right, and it's all depends on the acceptance you have received, right, you are the one. So what happens is that here clearly they said communication of acceptance is complete as against the acceptor when it comes to the knowledge of the proposer. This acceptance can be revoked. Yeah, right. This acceptance can be cancelled, revoked before the acceptance letter reaches to the proposer. Got it? Got it? This acceptance can be reached. See, assume that I'll give an example here. Assume that, bacho, here we have our Lingesh. Okay? Here we have Ramu. Lingesh, what he has done, he has offered to sell his car. Okay? And Ramu, first case, he's accepted and he sent a letter to him. Right? If the letter reaches to the Lingesh of Ramu's acceptance, means agreement has been done here. They cannot be revoked. But what happens? He has sent the letter and in the same time, immediately he has sent the telegram. So in the post, compared to post, telegram reaches first here. Correct? Correct. So once the communication of revocation reach to the Lingesh, 100% the contract can be, the offer can be rejected, revoked. Yes or no? Yes or no? That is what we are trying to say here. Right, bacha? Haudilla. This acceptance can be revoked by acceptor before the acceptance letter reaches to the proposer. However, once the letter of acceptance, remember, once the letter of acceptance reaches to the proposer, the acceptance cannot be revoked. Once the letter of acceptance reaches to the proposer, you cannot revoke the acceptance. Thus, whichever he received first, whether it is a acceptance or revocation, cancellation, whichever he received the first shall be valid. Correct? Whichever he reaches the first shall be valid. In case he received both together, whichever he read the first, when both are came in the same time, which he read the first, that is the one case here. So, bacho, in our case, what happens? In our case, what happens, my dear student? There are two situations here. Correct? There are two situations here. Yenappa andre, Ramaswamy, what he has done? Ramaswamy proposed to sell his house to Ramnath. Correct? Right? Ramnath sent his acceptance by post. Pravagila, by post he has sent. Later he sent the telegram of revocation. But case 1, what it says? Case 1, the telegram of revocation acceptance was received by Ramaswamy before the acceptance. Yes, the acceptance is cancelled. If the telegram is received by Ramaswamy before the acceptance, remember, before the acceptance, bacho, right? Before the acceptances of receiver, revocation is completely valid here. You can say, yes, revocation is accepted, cancelled. Got it? Got it? Now, second case, if both the letter, remember, bacho, both the letter of acceptance and telegrams are revocation, telegram of revocations reaches together, whichever Ramaswamy, the proposer, reads the first shall be valid. If he reads the post first, the acceptance is done here. If he reads the letter, if he reads the revocation first, yes. If Ramaswamy opens the telegram first, and this would be normally, so the case of rational person, because telegram first now because that's something which is on the priority they send. So and read it, the acceptance stands revoked. If he opens the letter first and reads it, the revocation of acceptance is not possible as all. The contract has already been concluded here. Understood, my dear student? Understood? Understood? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳ್ರಿಪ್ಪ. So this is all about section 7 of the Indian Contract Act. Sorry, section 4 of the Indian Contract Act, where communication of acceptance is complete when the proposer reads or he comes to know that whatever he has offered has been accepted by the offeree. That's it. Got it? Understood, my dear student? Understood? Can you go for the next question, my dear student? Any doubts you have? No doubt? Please say, yes sir, we have done it. Bega ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. Okay, Lingesh, B you want. Okay. See, Lingesh, what they said is that assume that you have offered your friend to sell the car. Okay? All right. And assume that your friend's acceptance first is accepted, second is revocation. If the revocation reaches you first, that means the revocation is valid here. The revocation is valid. But remember one thing. If both is post and telegram both reaches to you on the same time, means you have telegram with you and you have post with you. So in this between, first what you do? First you will open the telegram, because that is what human tendency, like we rational person, we will think of telegram which is going to be give that came on the priority basis, first come, because we are going to give the more priority to the telegram. So in like what happens is that when you open the telegram first, that means there is a valid revocation, there is a valid cancellation of the contract. But if you open the post first, means if you open the acceptance letter first rather than the rejection, what happens, bacha? What happens? We can say that contract has been already concluded here. Understood? Understood, my dear student? Understood? Guys, tell me. Can I go for the next? Please say yes sir and share ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, subscribe ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಚಾನಲ್ಗೆ, and join our daily life classes. Contract, Indian Contract Act, business law, complete covering, economics and accountancy. Maths also will be covered by tomorrow. We'll start the revision on it. The very important question, my dear student. All contracts or agreement, very important. Now please make it a very important, because so this time you can expect these questions, I'm sure of it. Please, all contracts are agreement, but all agreements are not contract. You have to comment now. See, you know that, right? Give very important for this. You can say if there is any contract, that should have agreement. But if there is an agreement, not necessary it should be a contract. Sometimes the agreement may be. Sir, how? Let's discuss now. Bacho, remember this one. This is a very important point we are going to discuss here, because you may expect this question for sure for your exams. Pakka, 100%. ನೋಡಿ, see, an agreement should come into existence when there is a proposal which has been accepted, right? If there is a proposal which has been accepted, it is called agreement, correct? So an agreement comes into existence when one party makes an proposal or offer to other party and other party gives his acceptance to it. Yes or no? Will you agree or not? ಹೌದಲ್ಲ? ಯಾವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಒಂದು ಆಫರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಆಫರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು, that is called as a agreement. Now the very important point I want to discuss with you, my dear student, what they said. See, a contract is an agreement. Remember one thing, there is a proposal that is accepted, it's agreement. In the same time, a contract is an agreement, correct, which should be enforceable by law. Any agreement which should be enforceable by law is nothing but contract. If any agreement which is not enforceable by law is not a contract. Agree or not? Will you agree or not? So bachcho, a contract is an agreement which is enforceable by law. It means become a contract, agreement must give a rise to legal obligation, right? That is enforceability. If agreement is incapable of creating enforceability, if any agreement which cannot be enforced, what happens? It is not contract. Will you agree or not? Will you agree or not? Will you agree or not? Say yes, sir. So there can be agreement which is not enforceable by law, such as social, moral, religious agreement, right? All social aitu, moral aitu, religious agreement idavalla, that cannot be enforceable, right? The agreement is wider term than the contract here. So all the agreement need not be necessary to become a contract, but all the contract should be always agreement. Got it? Got it, my dear student? Artha ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? That means all the agreements are not contract. All the agreements are not contract here. When there is an agreement between two parties and they do not intend to create legal relationship, they do not create illegal relationship, they don't want to go for the enforceability aspect, so it is not a contract at all. Example, your mom says she will cook for you. Social, because of love and affections, they do so many agreements, right? So all contracts are agreements. All contracts are agreement. For the contract there must be two things. All contracts are agreement, and all contracts are agreement, and that contract should have two things. Sir, what is that? Sir, what is that? Sir, here it is. ಕೇಳ್ರಿಪ್ಪ, ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಚ್ಚೋ, an agreement should be there and enforceability should be there. Yes or no? An agreement should be there and enforceability should be there. So if there is an agreement and if there is a contract by law and enforceability aspect included in it, that is called as a contract. If there is no enforceability, only for the social obligation they have an agreement, that cannot be a contract. So thus existence agreement is a prerequisite. You can write it, conclusion, existence of contract. So therefore it is true to say that all the contracts are agreement, and we can say that there can be agreement without it becoming a contract, but we can't have a contract without agreement. So rather than writing this, we can say that all the contracts can be agreement, but all the agreements cannot be contract on the ground of social obligation, which cannot be enforceable at all. If the agreement is not enforceable, that is not a contract. Understood, bacho? Understood this now? Understood? Can I go for the next concept now? Tell me fast. Hey Ripa. My dear awesome lovely student, tell me fast. Total I have 4 questions today, and I'll take one more class in the evening. No doubt, बच्चों, I want everyone to say yes, sir. Like my video now. Here we have one more question. Look at that. What it says. Mr. Joy owns a 2 flat. Mr. Joy has 2 flats here, right? Mr. Joy has 2 flats. Flat 1 and flat 2. He wanted to sell the flat 101 to Mr. Roy, right? He has 2 flat here, flat 1 and flat 2. Out of this 101 flat he wanted to sell to Mr. Roy. Means he has given some offer and he might have accepted that. Mr. Joy offered to sell his flat 101 to Mr. Roy. Mr. Roy ge offer madana yenanta 101 he want to sell. But Mr. Roy is in big dilemma, confusion. He was thinking of the one which is very valuable, right? Mr. Roy thought that Mr. Joy wanted to sell, say assume that he has 2 flat here, 101 and 102. Yeah, very important question. And said yes for the agreement. Whatever the proposal he has done, he said he has given the acceptance. Consider the provision of the Indian Contract Act 1872. Discuss the validity of such a contract. Very important concept, bacha. Very important concept. So tell me, we know that there is an offer for one goods, but acceptance is given for another. So you say that, right? There's something called consensus ad addendum. Understanding the offer in the same thing, what the offeree, what the proposer is saying, we should tell the same thing. We should understand the same thing. Yes or no? Consensus ad addendum means whatever the terms and condition, whatever the offer is there, right? We should understand. If you are not able to understand, contract is gaya, khatam, tata, bye bye. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? So, bacho, considering the provision of Indian Contract Act 1872, what it says, Nodi, Kedile. Very important point we are discussing, my dear awesome student. Very important point. Where is that? Yeah. So, consensus ad addendum. If you are not there in the contract, it is white. It will be white. Bacha, as per the section 10, remember this. As per the section 10 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, one of the most important essential elements of the contract is that something it is called free consent. Something called free consent. So remember the section, because if you want you can write it. Not necessarily la section bari bekanta, but if you remember you will get added advantage. Okay? As per the section 10 of the Indian Contract Act, what it says, one of the most important elements of the valid contract is free consent. Contract should be free from, they should have an open will, they should understand the terms, and they should have willingness to buy or sell. Right? Consent. Now the question is that consent is an expression. You know that? Consent is what? Ichha bolte na, zahir karna. Consent is expression, willingness, or giving voluntary permission. With our own consent we are giving. Or agreeing to the something. You are agreeing. Consent means you are saying yes by understanding what you are saying. Whatever the offer you are getting, right? For that you are saying yes. Right? Right? Section 13 further clarify that. Listen, section 10 is all about essentials of oil contract prakara. Section 10 is all about here the free consent. But section 13 further clarify that two or more persons are said to be consent with their agreeing upon the same thing in the same sense. Remember, same thing in the same sense. Section 13 says whatever the offer, whatever the proposal we are getting, we are understanding, we knowing the terms and conditions. Right? When both the parties do not agree the same thing in the same sense, what happens? Contract is void ab initio. Contract is void ab initio. Right? Contract is completely voidable at the option of the party whose consent is not free. Remember, free consent. Contract can be voidable at the party whose consent is not free. Got it? Got it? Understood? Tell me. अर्थ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬಚ್ಚೋ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ. Can I go for the next? Like ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, share ಮಾಡ್ರಿ and subscribe ಮಾಡಿಪ್ಪ. Understood my dear student? Understood? Now, coming back to the point, to the problem. Coming back to the two problem. Till you understood bacha? Coming back to the problem, what they said is that in our case, they have clearly they said, what they said, sir, here is that. हाँ जी. In our case, what happens, bacha? In the present case, Mr. Joy, who owns two flats, that is 101 and 102, and wanted to sell 101 to Mr. Roy. On the other hand, Mr. Roy agreed to purchase the second, right? 102, right? 1 second. Hello? Huh? Class ಹೇಗಿನ ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ. Huh? I don't know that. I'll call you back. Live class agina, huh? So guys, ಕೇಳಿಲೆ what they said. In the present case, Mr. Roy, who owns two flats, wanted to sell in that 101. Get a point? 101 he wanted to sell. Sorry guys. Right? On the other hand, Mr. Roy agreed to purchase thinking he will buy the flat. He's thinking. Consensus are not ad adam. They are not with the same thing at the same sense. Here both the parties have given free consent, but they are not consenting for the same thing in the same sense. Here both the party did not have mutual consent, right? He's selling one thing, he's agreeing for one thing. So that means, bacho, in this case, contract is void or not valid contract. Understood? Understood, my dear student? Please say yes, sir. Understood, sir. Bacho, this is a very important question. Whatever the questions we are discussing, right? I'm sure getting 60 marks for business law will be too easy for you. Chinte bitbidri. We'll take care of your syllabus. We'll cover it within 15 days. But be regular to the classes. Join our daily live classes. Telegram channel ki join agi and WhatsApp group join agi, and we'll ensure that you get whole thing at same thing. Right? Chalo bachcho. Next we have next questions. Can we start the next question, bacha? Yes, we have next question here. Yeah, today what I want is that I want to solve 4 questions back to back, and again I'll take one more class in the evening around remember, evening around 10 o'clock I want to start the class, bacha. 9:30, 10 o'clock, because economics also we have, a law we have, accounts we have, so all that again the same time we have become classes for Rio Academy, right? So like ಮಾಡ್ರಿಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. Everyone please start liking the video, bacho. Next, define the essentials of valid offer. Sometimes you may get this question, theoretical questions also you get. So essential, define the offer, what exactly the offer, and second part is that, bacho, essentials of valid offer, and how an offer is different from invitation to offer. There are 3 parts here. Part 1, we have to explain, we have to define the offer and essentials of valid offer, and the last is that an invitation is different from offer. Yes, bacho, yes, it is different from offer. How, sir? Let's begin now. Let's start, bacho. Remember, you know offer, right? Offer. What, how we offer? What exactly the offer is? Remember, bacho, Remember बच्चों, offer. See, one person who is owner of the property, his willingness, he may be owner or he may be agent on behalf of the owner, he is interested to sell it. Getting a point? So offer defined under section 2 subsection 2 of the Indian Contract Act. Remember, try to remember the sections, right? When one person shows, signifies to another, very important, when one person shows or signifies to another his willingness to do or abstain from doing with view to obtain the assent of the other, such act or abstinences he is said to be making a proposal. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆಯಾ? You have all this in book, right? So bachcho, when one person shows interest, shows his significance, shows his willingness to do or abstain from do, he can be doing so many things. Okay, he will agree, and sometimes abstain from doing, he is not going to do it, right? Signifies, right? Abstains from doing anything with view to obtain the assent of that other act or abstinences is said to be proposal. Understood first part? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಬಚ್ಚೋ? ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸೇ ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಸಿ, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ an example if you want. See, assume that understood or not, it's very easy bachcho. Understood means you say yes, I can go for the next. Yes or no? Next, very good. Next. Hello. Oh my God. So bachcho, can you hear me now? Hello. Okay, looks my voice is clear now. So bachcho, following are the essentials of offer, right? Must be capable of creating legal relationship. Hello. Okay, sorry guys, there was some voice issues. Now it's okay, right? Offer, remember one thing, offer and invitation to offer. Offer and invitation to offer. Somebody is calling me. Hello. Now I think it's clear now. Check now. Hello. Chalo. Now, offer and invitations offer. See, offer means it has some of the important elements, right? Essentials of offer we have. If offer means final expression of willingness by offerer to be bound by offer, should be the other party choose to accept it. Remember, very important point of the offer we are discussing. We are offering something that the other party is in a position to accept it. Remember, offer means final expression of willingness by the offerer. Look, offerer, right? The person to whom we are going to offer, to be bound by the offer. If you are offering something, the offerer is agreeing for it. Chooses to accept it. is offer. On the other hand, offer made with intention to negotiate or offers to receive an offer is known as invitation. Simple. We are just telling them if you want. See, here the intention is not to create any bond, first of all. Invitation is we are offering them, but intention is not to create the bond. And we wanted to do some kind of negotiations. On the other hand, offer made with the intention to negotiate or offer to receive offer is known as invitation offer. We are offering them to receive the offer is invitation to offer. Understood? Understood, bacho? Next, yes or no? First point. Second, offer is made with objective of getting the consent of the offeree. Whereas, sorry, very important. Offer is made to get the consent of offeree. Whereas invitation to offer is made with the intention to get offer from other person. Invitation is nothing but we are offering to get offer from other person. Second point, very important point we have. Third, offer can be accepted by the offeree. He can accept, he or she can accept, but invitation to the offer cannot be accepted by the person to whom it is made. Third point, remember this is something which is very important question, bacha. So offer when accepted, when offer is accepted, it is become agreement, and agreement can be contract, whereas invitation to offer cannot be accepted at all. Because we are inviting them, we are offering them an invitation to do some kind of negotiation, to give some offer. Got it? Exactly. Exactly, bacha. Got it, bacho? So guys, yeah. Okay, that's it. So guys, definitely we have all exactly. The price is not offer at all. Correct? Sure. So guys, we'll continue. Most probably evening around 10 o'clock. I have a live sessions for you, bacha. Tell me if you want economics, I can take economics. If you want law, I can take law. Just tell me which class at 9:30, 10 o'clock, 9:30, which session you want, law or economic? Please say. Please say law or economics. And join our Telegram channel so that you'll get links. You'll get all the notes in very systematic manner, bacha. Tell me, guys, fast. So tell me, guys, fast. Which one you want, economics or law? At exactly during 9:30. And tomorrow around 9 o'clock, I'll be taking economics. After that, I have accounts. All right. After that, we have going to take business law. So every day we have 3 classes. Tell me, guys. But I want you to share with your friends. I want you to join our daily classes, right? The number should be increasing. Yeah, slowly now it's getting increased. I need at least a good numbers in live sessions so that this December attempt, I'll make sure that you clear and join our daily classes for intermediate in Rio CA. So guys, Rio CA channel ke subscribe ಮಾಡಿ join ಆಗಿಪ್ಪ. Okay. We'll take the economics.